about LSU? What a story that they've been, especially their offense. Most prolific offense I've maybe ever seen. And it won't be remembered unless they win tonight. So a lot at stake for both these teams.
When LSU has football, it'll be a matchup with the stingiest defense in the country, Clemson, against the highest scoring offense. And in this city known for great music, it's quite an ensemble that Ed Orgeron has assembled there for the first time ever. A Power 5 team as a 5,000-yard passer. Joe Burrow actually has 55 touchdowns. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, the hometown hero from Baton Rouge, one of the most versatile backs in the country, a 1,000-yard rusher. Jamar Chase, the top deep threat in the sport. Justin Jefferson, the best slot receiver. How does anybody stop all that?
Well, Joe Burrow right now is in control of an offense that nobody has been able to stop up to this point. You just showed an incredible group of players around him. I think 5 NFL players eventually around him. And I think you're looking at a guy that I've never seen prepare. College quarterbacks prepare. But to have answers the way Joe Burrow has this year, his understanding of the scheme, how to attack, where the weakness is, has been unbelievable.
Joe Burrow comes from Athens in Southeast Ohio, star in hoops and in football. Not recruited by his dream school, Nebraska, where his dad and brothers played. Went to Ohio State, played 3 seasons there. Didn't get much of a chance. Transfers to LSU. Last year, pretty good. This year, off the charts, sensational, and broke records for the margin of victory in the Heisman Trophy.
Plays the quarterback position like a middle linebacker. Incredible ability to process and get the ball out quickly. Clemson's got to come up with some plans to try to get him out of rhythm early.
Empty backfield. 5 playmakers flanking Burrow. And he's going to scramble. And stays alive and chucks it downfield, and it's caught at the 43 by the tight end, Thaddeus Moss. That's part of Burrow extending plays, but there is a flag down back near the line of scrimmage, so hold on.
Yeah, there's got to be a man downfield. Adrian McKinnon's across the line of scrimmage. You'll see him, but how about the job here? This is what makes this guy so good. Burrow, they've got it. Foster's unable to bring him down. And then there you see the offensive lineman right here. They're a good 7 or 8 yards downfield when he makes that throw. Active, Chris.
Now Burrow from the end zone. First completion of the night. And he finds Chase, who's a couple yards short of the marker. No, the answer is Joe Burrow, who's 3 away from Cole Brennan's single-season FBS record of 58. It's been easy for Burrow. 8 touchdowns in the first 9 possessions of the semifinal romp over Oklahoma. But just like last year's championship game, Clemson's defense has set the tone early. It was a pick 6 by A.J. Terrell last year, and they have stymied LSU, which gains about 8 yards of play. Kirk, they got 6 yards in the first 6 plays.
Hands quickly, find the matchup that we like best.
Look for the slant, now delivers, and it's caught by Terrence Marshall, and LSU's first down out across the 40. Just get it off. Burrow scrambling, scanning, fires downfield, in and out of the hands of Jamar Chase. Late pressure, Burrow gets it out. Moss makes the catch, not very short.
Yeah.
But very effective. Now Burrow going to launch downfield for Chase, who's got it! Touchdown, LSU! It took a while, but the Bayou Bengals offense says, join the party.
Well, that's the answer from Joe Brady and Steve Ensminger. Win the one-on-one battles outside the numbers. Jamar Chase has done that all year. What great ball skills and vision. Battling there with Terrell. Fighting, losing his balance, and keeping his eyes on that football, putting up the pressure. These safeties have been cheating. You get him here, you get this guy down. They're trying to take away a lot of the quick throws, a lot of the underneath things. And this time he just kind of sits there, but Turner's not able to get back and help Terrell out. So it's essentially Terrell on an island against Chase, gets behind him, and there's the accuracy of Burrow for their first touchdown of the night.
Hurry. Here comes pressure. Burrow scans and takes off. And he's in the clear and now slides down. He is a dangerous runner, really hurt Georgia in the SEC Championship Game.
Watch the middle of this defense. Watch how it clears out. And watch Joe Burrow feel Isaiah Simmons take Moss. Once he gets his eyes on Moss, you got to have somebody there to account for the speed and the decisive the thought process of Joe Burrow.
When defenses have to adjust, they are usually surprised. On the slant in traffic, it's Marshall.
Justin Ross, not T. Higgins, just for the block.
Burrow on the slant. Chase has got it, and first down out so far for negative 1 yard. Clemson brings the pressure. It's picked up, and now Burrow is launching downfield, and it's Chase again who's got the catch, and again fighting inside the 5. Terrell was beaten again. He did save the touchdown.
So if you're going to pressure Joe Burrow, it's going to come down to do you get to him or not. Because if you're going to leave Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson one-on-one, they're going to continue to go downfield because of the confidence that they have that they will win that one-on-one matchup.
Tonight, one of those big 4-point plays. Burrow looking to run, escapes and scores. Well, they got the Fab Five playmakers, but you got to keep an eye on the quarterback, too.
And they called the right thing. They expected an empty, the potential of him to run. He's done that a lot this year out of empty, especially down inside that 5-yard line. They brought the blitz. Here's the touch, or the nice long run by Chase. He gets to the outside from that slot position. They've been moving him around a bit on that right side. Again, that's the matchup. Terrell against Chase, he wins again, almost gets it into the end zone, but we get all the way down to a 3rd down and goal. Spread him all over the field. There's the blitz. Isaiah Simmons came up, but he's picked up nicely by Ed Ingram, the left guard who's in right now. And he sets that block and makes it easy for Burrow to get to that end zone for the touchdown.
So each of these prolific Burrow pressured immediately, flushed, takes off. Chased by Simmons, but he angles for a first down, and there you see the speed of the quarterback.
Absolutely, and not only the speed, but the recognition. Where's Isaiah Simmons? Where is he? Where is he? He clears out. He's worried about those underneath throws, those quick slants, so you can't cover the quick slant and also account for the quarterback. So if pass away, he's going to run it.
Burrow surveys and fires, and it's Chase again getting free, dragged down to the 45. Jefferson, I should say, finally makes an impact play.
That's more like what you expect to see. Watch this open up. They take Marshall 6 underneath, opens up a beautiful throwing lane. That's what LSU's offense has been, the timing and the rhythm this season.
Can't hold Jefferson down forever. Now Edwards-Helaire out of the backfield. Spins free of a tackle. Makes 2 more men miss and gets down inside the 35. Nope. They run the play, and now it's Jefferson out of the flat. Stop and go. Lowers the shoulder. Hammers down inside the 15, and the Tigers' offense is rolling now.
Over, everybody on the same page.
Burrow from the pocket, launches to the end zone. Caught! Touchdown, Chase! And LSU takes its first lead tonight. Man, can he drop a dime?
I had a chance to sit down with Joe Burrow this week in Baton Rouge about this matchup, and I asked him about, boy, you throw a lot of balls that the receivers look covered, but you throw it and you score touchdowns. And he said, those defensive backs are not looking, they're open. I don't care if they're in phase or stride for stride with my receivers. I'm going to throw the ball. It's exactly what he does here with Jamar Chase. He trusts his receiver to make the play. It's Terrell. It's good against good right here. Watch him hesitate and then work towards the fade. The timing of this. Wait, almost as if he's going to block. Pretty decent coverage till the end. But Burrow knows. See, shows, kind of flashes that he's going to block. Terrell didn't bite on it. Stays in pretty good coverage. But this is that timing between Joe Burrow and these wide receivers we've seen all year.
Just got it snapped. Three-man rush, ball gets out. And Chase again hurts Clemson. First down inside Clemson territory. Move that historically. LSU trying to change that. Burrow worms his way free. How did he not get sacked? He actually got about 3 yards out of the play.
Well, the flexibility within this 3-1-7, you're guessing really where this pressure is coming from, and they are confusing the offensive line.
To the right, here comes the pressure. Burrow flips it out. And it is Chase making a catch, banging off a tackler for Jefferson. It's a first down again. Burrow takes off and gets in the clear. Gets a block, makes a cut, and is knocked out at the 5. That's gutsy without a timeout, but it works.
It sure is. He followed the center's block. They clear out again to take advantage of his athletic ability. Nobody in the middle after that block by the center, Cushenberry. And boy, he can accelerate, between he and Lawrence. They're known for their ability to throw, but both can hurt you if you forget about their legs.
A 29-yard run. Again, no timeouts, first and goal, 14 seconds.
Burrow's got that internal clock. If he's throwing, it's out in less than 2.5.
Here comes pressure. Gets it out quickly. Touchdown! Thaddeus Moss just standing still. And LSU stretches the lead before halftime. 95-yard touchdown drive. And Moss, one of his best buddies on the team.
Well, they gave him just enough time to get that ball out. He took a shot by Skowski.
You could see the grimace in pain. He paid the price for his 58th touchdown pass of the season. And it's an 11-point LSU lead after they were down 10.
And they get the ball, as you said, to start the second half. You can see the medics are checking out Joe Burrow. Here's the big run. 3rd down and 10. What are you going to go with? Look at the blocks downfield. He's pointing, trying to get it one more block to try to get it into the end zone, and wisely steps out of bounds. And then this is a great call. Once they get inside the red zone, a heck of a call by the LSU Brain Trust. They found a matchup. He recognizes blitz right here on the inside. And what a great job by Moss of, instead of taking that into the corner, he settles down to give Burrow, who just gets it off, a chance to throw it into that hole in the zone. And Joe Burrow puts it right on the money.
And now Cole Brennan has been caught. Burrow with 3 touchdown passes in the first half. Not quite the 7 that he had in the first half against Oklahoma, but new FBS record, and you'd like his chances of owning it outright before this one is done. Burrow is back up on his feet throwing after we saw him on the bike, and Tom Rinaldi has more from the LSU sideline.
As you said, Kirk, how rare is it to see the starting quarterback come out with more than 10 minutes left after halftime, get on the bike, as you mentioned, for about 3 minutes. What happened, took that hard shot on the last touchdown drive just before the end of the half. On his way coming off the field, told teammates, Chris, don't touch me, don't touch me. Certainly wind knocked out of him, soreness in that rib area. Got off the bike, went through an extended motion, if you will, seeing how he was reacting to throwing the passes on the field. Grimacing slightly will certainly be something to look out for. Also,
performance, more yards against Clemson in the second quarter than they give up in a game, Kirk.
Yeah, exactly. Boy, a great job of seeing his decision-making and ability to make throws to these gifted receivers. Big thing in that first half with the adjustment, getting him out in the empty where he could throw, where he could run the football. Incredible accuracy downfield where Jamar Chase has been winning one-on-one. And then the ability to see that and the toughness that Tom just alluded to take that hit after he made that great throw for a touchdown.
He flares out, but he fired to the other side.
Again, this 3-man front gives Brent Venables a lot of different looks.
Chase off and running again. Hit a bunch. Hesitation. And Burrow, if he is hurting, doesn't show it there as he picks up 10. With only 1 defensive lineman, but Skalski comes streaming through. Now can Chase get there? Yes, he can. Sidesteps a tackler. He's got a convoy still running down into the red zone. An enormous conversion for LSU. LSU was deadly in the red zone. 3 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns in the first half. Tigers defense minus their leader. Burrow backpedals, flips it far side. Catch made. Moss. Is he in? No signal. Touchdown for a second time. The tight end has found the end zone. And momentum swings back to the purple and gold.
Jamar Chase did a good job. You got to be careful on these picks. You got to make it look like you're running a route. does a nice job of getting in the way of Kendrick to open up that flat for the tight end, Moss.
And Thaddeus Moss equals his season total of touchdowns of 2 with 2 tonight. Is his foot out of bounds before touchdown pass.
Ruling of a touchdown stands is called.
Joe Burrow with his 4th touchdown pass tonight, his second to his good buddy Moss, now has the FBS single season touchdown record all to himself. He had shared it momentarily with Colt Brennan. Burrow hesitating, taking off, buying time, and just flips it off. And Jefferson in space darts down inside the 30. Sometimes it's just not fair when he can make a play like that on the run.
How about the awareness to stay behind the line of scrimmage by Joe Burrow? He brings the defense to him. Here's his athletic ability. Now the awareness. Just trying to pull that defender 12, Kayvon Wallace to him, which he did, and then dumps it. Great job by 9.
35-yard gain. Now Burrow looking for the kill shot down the field. Launching again for Chase, who could not come up with it. A superb night, but that could have been another touchdown.
Boy, they are in sync. Here's Joe's dad looking on. I think this ball is thrown perfectly. Outside shoulder. Oh, yeah. Are you kidding me? You couldn't have handed that any better to Chase. Chase, I don't know if he lost it. Let's not get... It's not a mistake. This kid is gifted. 8 receptions, 218 yards. He's obviously having a big night, but boy, he'd love to have that one back.
Dolphins getting near the red zone again, and Burrow hesitates. What's he going to do here? Sidesteps a tackler and somehow finds a few yards. Late 3rd quarter. It's an option look, the late pitch. Dangerous one. ETN got it, but Patrick Queen got him for a loss.
Speed option. They go into the boundary, and a great job by Chase on, forces the pitch, and then a missed block that allows Queen to be able to get there. Now, option football, if you take the quarterback, there should be an alley to be able.
Burrow from the pocket, flips it short on cue. Edwards-Helaire makes the catch, and he fights for everything. He's not interested in going out of bounds. And Joe Burrow, close to a 400-yard passing game. Not quite the astronomical numbers against the Sooners, but against this defense, after a slow start, extremely impressive. Now they fake it to him. Burrow wanting to throw downfield, now just buying time. Still scampering around and delivers a throw to Moss, and the tight end makes another big play inside the Clemson 40. Randy's kid's having a night.
He sure is. You just can't. You can't cover a guy that long. Look how long he's keeping this play alive. They're essentially rushing 3 and dropping 8. And Joe, the last 3 or 4 games, is completing 90% of his passes against rush 3, drop 8.
Wow. Try to bring pressure again. Slant. Jefferson. Catch. Gain of 8 on.
They're bringing it.
Burrow's got time. Launching for the end zone. Jump ball. Touchdown. Terrence Marshall. Now Burrow believes that was a crucial play to stretch the lead. You can see by their reaction. Dropped a dime again.
He's gonna find that matchup, and Marshall, who hasn't had many chances, they've been going to Jamar Chase. We just circled, saying that he can come from that spot. This time it's Marshall at 6'4". He puts it up, adjusts back to the ball, and Kendrick just never had a chance on the play. At the slot, this time it's Marshall. They get him one-on-one. He's gonna take these shots. You know, whether it's into the boundary or this time to the field. Just put it up. Let the receiver adjust to the ball. Defensive back never sees it. Joe Burrow, he has such confidence in these receivers to win. And look at that size and length of Marshall. And Burrow comes off after that and said, it's time to fit me for a ring. I won that Heisman. Now it's time to fit me for that ring.
Tonight's A&T best performance. Burrow, who broke records for his Heisman winning margin, has shattered a bunch more tonight. That's the first touchdown. Chase, then the scramble for a touchdown.
And he's done a lot with his feet tonight, but what's been lethal has been his ability to find those open receivers and throw for touchdown passes. The one-on-one chances downfield, receivers going up, adjusting to the ball, helping him out. 5 touchdown passes on the night. And of course, he ran for one, as you just saw.
Burrow with 5 touchdown passes tonight, owns the record for a single season, responsible for a total of 65. And in the BCS CFP era, which began in '98, he now has a record 442 and counting. This LSU offense that had combined for 110 points in its last 2 games against Georgia and Oklahoma, now going to play 3 top 5 teams, and it's 152 points and counting in those 3 games, and over 1,300 passing yards.
As long as I've been following the game, I've never seen an offense with the perfect storm of a new system taking over for an archaic offense for like the last decade. And you see Joe Brady there on the left, the passing game coordinator that brought that system in from the NFL and his time with the Saints, and Sean Payton and Drew Brees. And you have a quarterback that understands it, has the ability to process, has the weapons around him. It's the most impressive offense that I think I've seen in my life.
That's a big statement, man. And again, the slant caught by Jefferson. His 4th down play, Burrow flips it in the flat. Edwards-Helaire is going to get it and a lot more. And he'll stay in bounds again down inside the 15. And Joe Burrow, speaking of the state of Louisiana, well, it's a trifecta that very few have achieved. Win the Heisman, perfect season, national championship. As they say in the Bayou, laissez la bon temps rouler. Let the good times roll. LSU sits on the throne of college football.
Well, Joe, you said that winning the Heisman didn't mean much. It was this national championship game and bringing that title back to Baton Rouge. What does it mean to say that you've finally been able to accomplish that here in New Orleans?
It's years of hard work paying off. This is an incredible moment for our program, for Baton Rouge, for Louisiana. This is just so special. I'm kind of speechless.
You guys allowed Clemson to strike first, but you never flinched. Where did that confidence come from to know that you were going to get the win here tonight?
We thought we got down, I think it was 17-7. We never flinched. We knew what we had. We had some tough breaks getting backed up inside the 5 a couple of times. They had a really good plan early. And, once we figured out what they were trying to do, our coaches put together a great game plan at halftime, and we started to roll.
We saw you coming back early from halftime, but you took a big hit going into the locker room. What allowed you to battle through that injury?
There's no other option. This is a national championship. That's all. I wasn't going to go sit on the sideline, that's for sure.
Coming into this season, your dad retired to watch every single game, and he's been in the stadium celebrating with you. What does it mean to be able to win this national championship in front of him?
My dad won a Grey Cup in Canada, but there was kind of this Burrow curse. My brother lost a national championship. My dad lost a couple of Grey Cups. I lost a state championship. Both my brothers lost state championships. This is kind of our first one, so this is super special.
Well, I see you haven't put the ball down, and after you threw your 5th touchdown pass, which set a record for national championship, you pointed to the ring finger. Do you know what size ring you wear?
10.5. We already got fitted for him.
All right, well, it'll be coming soon. Congratulations.